of you would like to have a lot more success in both your personal and professional lives? Woohoo! Now, how many of you want to have a lot of fun when you're doing it? Good, then I'm at the right place, because if you guys kind of sat there, I'd just gracefully bow out. Because where we're about to go today is into the inner workings of the mind. First, I want to thank Melissa so heartfelt for having me here, because every time I come to connect, it's really a much different group. So I already know that you're special because you appreciate art. So that means you're already working at a higher level of your mind. So if art, for example, is all about perception, because don't you find it interesting that we can all look at one of these pieces and have a totally different interpretation? It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing how our mind can see one thing and create so many stories about that. True or true? Today we're going to talk about 3 things that will get you on target for success. The first thing that we're going to talk about is how to find it. As Melissa shared with you, the sport that I was blessed to get to work in was archery. So because it's what I know best, I like to use a lot of archery analogies to illustrate a point. If we're learning with our 5 senses, we are all processing things at different rates. When we find it, that internal thought inside our mind, that story that's keeping us where we want to be or moving us forward, we have to be able to identify it. Is this true or true? So how many of you have ever been hypnotized before? Very cool. So you guys already know what you're getting into. Where I'd like to take you right now is through a little hypnotic joy. Is that all right? You guys said you would play. So if we're going to find our internal thoughts, our it, we need to understand that what I think about, perfect, good. First time's always a little bit shaky. I bring about. And I always get what I want. All right, good. Then we're all on the same page. When you are going to the Olympics, how important is it that you work in your mind? I am the mental trainer. That is where I like to play. So let's go on to the next level. Because when you are creating an Olympic athlete to stand in front of the United States of America, it's a country that no one's heard about, so there's no pressure. Right? Nobody's heard of the US, so that's pretty easy. So when you're standing there in front of the world, you better make sure that your mental game is on. Right? Like the Cardinals coming up here. They got to make sure their game is on. Go Cards. Coming back from, couldn't help but put my team in there. So coming back to, we just found it. We found that internal thought. You just all became aware that you can now be in control of your internal thoughts. You can create lemonade from lemons any day. Let's move into focusing so that we can get you to that gold level status where you can be the best in the world at something. What can you be the best in the world at? Think about it and we'll come back to it. Let's move now to the next step that we're going to talk about. Focus, right? Archery is a beautiful thing, requires a lot of focus. Everybody say this after me. Ready? Yes, you can open your eyes. Some people didn't need to open them to come back to room consciousness, others did. So thank you for following instruction. You don't really have to, you can play in your world. Sometimes I have to close my eyes. Thank you. So let's focus. Let's play a little game. Are you guys ready? Repeat after me. Where focus goes, energy flows, and results show. Have you heard that before? It's one of my favorite sayings, right? Where focus goes, energy flows, and results show. Because you are constantly bombarded by other people and things in your mind all day long. So the better you are at your mental capacity to focus, the quicker your results will be. And I'm going to show you how to improve that right now. And I want to help people understand how their mind works a little bit just to have fun so they can be more successful in their personal and professional lives. Cool or cool? All right, so are you learning a few things right now? Okay, so I can keep going? Cool, all right. So what we want to do, when we find it, we're finding that internal thought. Now you're aware, because what happens is you can't control, as I just said, the things that are coming into your mind. Because you saw the red things, even though I only told you to focus on the brown things. So are you in control of your mind? Or are you only in control of the response to the things that your mind is picking up? Get very clear. Where we're going now is what you need to always be on target for success. We can't control the thoughts that come in. You couldn't control that you saw red things. Your mind just did that. However, what you can control is, again, your response to them. This is good stuff. So in archery, right, you've got to find it, so in the mind, your internal thought. You've got to focus on what is your bullseye. In our example, we focused on brown things. All right? You can focus on what you want. I'm sorry, I see a target here. I'm the lefty. I imagine the target. Do you guys see that target right there? So you've got to find it, focus, and the most important step is your follow-through. What we're going to do in the follow-through, I want you to repeat this after me. As my emotions go up, my intelligence goes down. Now, I always thought that was straightforward, and then I had a really cool training at a corporate training one time, and they said, well, Amy, but if you're really happy, is that true if you're happy? Because don't you want to be happy and live in happy emotion? I'm like, yeah, even if you're super happy, your intelligence can go down. Think about dating, right? We're happy, but it's not always the right person. So how we control this is we say, repeat this after me. I allow my emotions to go through me, and my intelligence to rule me. That's a strong one, because emotions are just energy in motion, right? There's energy never created or destroyed, just moving through us. So let's get that one, because I love this one. I allow my emotions to go through me, and my intelligence to rule me. Very cool. But I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to think about a day that was not at all good for you. When you received tragic news, when something happened that was unpleasant, just go there now. Really focus on that day. And now, even greater than that, I want you to focus on where you're now feeling that in your body. This sadness, this tragic moment, maybe it was angry. But notice your physical body and where that is happening for you. Now, noticing that unpleasant feeling and where it is in your body, come back to room consciousness and open your eyes. Feel the energy in the room right now. Yucky, right? Feel how quiet it is? And all I did was ask you to think about something. Ooh, you guys are like giving me chills up here. It's powerful, you know, when you're in front of the whole group and that energy's coming up. Now, let's go somewhere different, because stuff happens. However, let's reframe right now. Things don't happen to me, they happen for me. Everybody repeat that after me. Things don't happen to me, they happen for me. Because through every single event, there is an opportunity to learn and propel you forward. If you ask, why is this happening for me? Think of the archer. Before I am going to hit my target, and I have my bow loaded, and I raise my bow arm, and my arrow's right here, right? And I have my fingers on the string. Can you picture my bow?
And you're left-handed?
Yeah, very good, I am. So as I'm pulling it back, right, where's the arrow going? It starts here, and what, is it going forward or backwards? Right? Like when those things happen for you, you go backwards a little bit in life. And why is that? Because it's storing the energy, it's giving you the momentum, it's giving you the wisdom, because it's going to do what? Frickin' launch you forward into the bullseye of success that you deserve. True or true? So start saying thank you. So when this sad moment comes, be aware of where it's hitting in your life, and you say, stop, cancel, clear, I'm going here. The end. I want you all to say it. because you need to practice it. It's called a state change. And can you imagine that right before the Olympic Games, and you've been working for the last 4 years, 8 hours a day, working at nights at Home Depot because they're the only ones that will work with you to be an Olympian. And you're busting your butt 8 hours a day, 500 arrows a day, and after each shot you're saying, what was good about it? Because we're not allowed to say that was a crappy shot. We have to say, okay, we can learn one thing from this shot. What was good about it and how can I improve? Because everything's happening for me and we know that. And you get to the pinnacle and the day before, your girlfriend breaks up with you. You don't have time. You have got to instantly change your state because you got one moment in time. You're representing the United States of America. This is your moment that you've been living for. And you all have your Olympic day every day. So as we come back to that, would you like to learn how to get over those sad days? How to really hit that bullseye? You ready? You guys want to learn it? Okay. Happiness is a mental choice. Have you ever had a class in focus? Or have you always been yelled at to focus, be quiet, and just move on? I love being an ADD superhero, right? Give me your labels because I don't really care what you think about me. And that's what I all want you to adopt because you know where you're going and you deserve it. So the quickest way to change your state, I have not found this in anyone. I challenge everyone to tell me this doesn't work. If you can tell me this doesn't work, it's going to be really fun because then I can come up with a new one. So I need everybody to come up and stand up real quick. Just stand up in your seats. We're going to instantly change this state. Okay, you ready? All right, so we're ready for our happy. I know you're a little bit nervous. It's kind of funny. Like, oh, what's that weird mind lady going to do for me? Okay, so everybody kind of loosen up here, okay? All right, so this is called the famous butt wiggle state change. All right, so can you guys follow me backwards or do I need to turn around? Okay, so everybody go to the left. Get a little more hip involved. Everybody kind of go to the left a little more. Okay, now go to the right. Now go forward, back, and then go really fast. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Now try to be pissed off. Do it again. Ready? Faster. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Now try to be sad. Can you do it? So, I won't even charge you for that one. Favorite state change, butt wiggle. So the next time somebody comes crabbing at you, say, stop, cancel, clear. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Every day, works in the office, works individually, anywhere. So there you go. That's your one takeaway for tonight. Have a seat. All right, everybody close your eyes. One last little visualization. You can keep them open if you're really good. I'm visual. I have to close it. So I want you to now go to a time in your life when it was the happiest day. I want you to go to that day. I want you to feel the smile on your face. I want you to look at what you're wearing. Notice where you are, who's with you, and who's around you. And now take that happiness and notice where you feel it in your body. Now magnify it 10 times greater. Really see it spreading throughout your body and around your body to the people sitting next to you. Perhaps it has a color or a smell, this happiness. It has a definite vibration because I am up here feeling it and loving it. Now spread it to everyone in the room. Now carry it with you and then come back to room consciousness here. Open your eyes and look around and notice how everybody's smiling. Do you feel the difference in the room? Just by thinking happy thoughts. So, one more time, repeat after me. What I think about, I bring about. And I always get what I want. So, what I think about, I bring about. I want you to just really hammer it home. Can you guys see this? Okay, let's recap here. Where focus goes, energy flows and results show. Energy flows and results show. Okay, the next one. I allow my emotions to go through me and my intelligence to rule me. Ready? Everything is happening for me And this is purposely spelt this way because in all ways, I always get what I want. Say. And this is my favorite one of all. Amy Emme loves me.